This is Jimmy's podcast, season 10 on the podcast. We coming back for more. I bet you never thought we'd last, and neither did we. Breaking news, show reviews, rubber boots, reacts, and other social media crap. And if nothing else, you know you're gonna have a laugh. You're gonna have a laugh, oh yeah, 'cause this is the podcast.
I wanted to start today by telling you that Brooksy and I almost won 25 grand.
How?
Oh. So Brooksy is a bit old school in that she listens to the radio.
Okay.
Do you listen to the radio?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Like TSN 1050?
All day.
Carlo,
Overdrive, baby.
You want
Carlo and AK in the morning.
You want that Leafs coverage, don't you?
Yeah.
Do you listen to the radio?
I listen to radio from time to time.
Often? Like what
Not
percentage
often,
of your
but
driving would
I
be
know,
on radio?
Well, that's not that. That's pretty low percentage.
Okay.
But
Hold on, you listen to the radio anywhere but the car?
no. I listen if I'm in the car. I listen
Yeah.
to the radio. I
You
don't
never listen
anywhere
at home?
else. Yeah.
No.
No.
I wouldn't. Yeah, and
It's in the
outside
car.
the car, I don't even have a radio exists.
Oh, no. Sorry. I'm like on the app, though.
No, I don't.
Oh, I listen on the
Yeah.
app from time to time. But it's most of the time when I'm listening to Montreal Canadiens games on some TSN 690 in Montreal. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
And really the only
No more games right now, though.
baseball, I'd listen to baseball games in the radio like in the summer
When I was a kid, I used
when
to
I
do that.
kid, but not like I wouldn't 'cause
Do they sell? Can you buy a radio somewhere? Can you walk
I
into
don't know.
does Radio Shack sell radios?
They're probably expensive now.
I think it's just called the Shack.
Oh, Radio Shack is not.
have no idea.
it's
Radio Shack is called The Source, gentlemen, and
Yes,
it's
it is.
owned by Bell.
It is
of course,
owned by
yes,
Bell,
they
yes.
bought it.
not. We knew
Correct.
that. We knew that.
Bell wins.
We knew that. Is that really what the
Bell for
source
the
is?
win.
Radio
Yeah.
Yes. It's not kidding.
I did not know
Better
that.
name than Radio Shack.
Much better. Good job, Bell.
We did it.
So anyway, Brooksy listens to the radio. She listens to 92.5 FM.
Yeah, okay. That's Kiss.
Kiss FM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Not a Bell
if
media
that's
station.
a Bell radio station, then you wouldn't be eligible.
Oh.
It's not. It's not a Bell station.
Oh, so then you're eligible.
So we
I don't
would
think
be
so.
eligible?
Well, Brooksy's supporting the other team, eh?
No, wait a second. So if Brooksy would have won, would they have been able to source it to me?
No, maybe not. No, maybe not. But legally, you might have been.
But would
in.
people listening to this podcast turn me in?
Yes, 100%. I would.
So she listens to the Roz and Mocha show.
Yeah, I
Yep,
listen.
yep,
to
yep.
it.
It's show, they're pretty good.
They are
I
a good
think they
show,
do
yeah.
a very good job.
Yeah, they do.
They're very entertaining.
Yeah.
So whenever the few places I go when Brooksy drives, because I always drive, and when I drive, I usually have my phone hooked up and we're listening to obviously Taylor Swift.
Yes.
But when Brooksy drives, she'll listen to 92.5 and the Roz and Mocha show.
Yeah.
Or whatever the hell is on that
Yeah.
station. And they, these chintzy radio contests. So they have this one where you identify a sound.
Yeah.
So they do a sound and then nobody wins for a while and it builds up. And this one went to like 25 grand.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm going to play you. Brooksy recorded this for me so that she could play me the sound to help me figure it out. Because
yeah.
Go. What were you going to say?
I have a friend of mine that's involved in a similar contest in Alberta.
Right. So this is not very well because the DJ actually talks all over the playing of the sound, but maybe you can hear it enough.
Ouch.
23K, what the hell is this sound?
I think it's
See, it's in the background. You want me to play it again?
Yeah.
It's in the background. Listen in the background.
23K, what the hell is this sound?
I think it's that.
That's
staple gun.
sound?
Hard to understand.
Yeah.
Staple gun, I
Or
think.
a nail gun, maybe.
So anyway, Brooksy was obsessed with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
She
course.
had Darian, she had Gracie, she had her friend Pavin, all, and she tried to get me involved, texting like her name whenever the time was in to call.
Okay.
Like 4 times a day they were doing this, right? It started going up like 1,000 a day, and then I think when it got to 20 grand, it was going up 100 a day. This went on for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brooksy was living by her
Of course.
phone.
And it was always that
do
one
this.
sound. No one knew what it was. That's
Yeah.
how it worked.
Right.
That's it,
So
yeah.
somewhere
That's how it
halfway
works.
through the
That's how it
contest,
works.
they gave away that it was a bathroom sound, a sound in your bathroom.
Okay.
Right? And the guests were really dumb. Like that girl guessed ripping toilet paper, and there was a lot of cabinets shutting or whatever, right?
Jingling of the
I know what
toilet?
it is.
Yeah.
I know what I know what it is too. So let me
Okay,
finish.
okay.
So
At least I
Quick,
think-
Lester, say it.
Brooksy ends up she calls me up to the bathroom and she says, "Let's make every sound we can make in the bathroom," which is a weird thing to say.
Nice.
So we start turning on taps or whatever.
Yeah.
And before I said, Brooksy, I bet I know what it is. It's the shower. It's turning the shower head from like, you know the shower head adjustment.
From the
where you
bottom to the head? Or?
No, to make it go from, the massagey one to the normal one.
Well, you have the fancy shower.
I have a water pick shower head, so yes, you have different. Yeah, it could be.
So I actually turn it, and it sounds like that, right? So Brooksy for the next 4 days is trying to get in, and anyway, she doesn't get in. The person calls in, and it was that.
No.
It was my very first guess at the contest.
Amazing.
It was the turning of the
Yes.
shower head.
And wow.
That's really not fair.
Why?
For all those poor people with regular shower heads would never know.
It's just very true.
That's really
Very true.
elitist.
The elites really need those 25 grand.
Exactly.
Anyway, the only point I really tell this story is I was in the basement, and I heard this scream,
Yeah.
and I thought Brooksy was dead.
Oh my God.
So I immediately started making my Tinder
Yeah. Trying to log back in.
on the way upstairs. Which picture should I use?
Swipe.
Wow. Did I use my TSN picture?
And she was just like, I got stay one with my it was the shower head.
Oh my God.
And so now, but she wasn't sad because she was happy to get out of her life because it had taken over her life. So
Of course.
Imagine she had won, though. She would have went crazy.
Oh
on
my
the air.
goodness!
She, would've been a great
She already had the money spent.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was literally going to Disney World with the kids. What?
What about you? You were she going to leave you at home?
Yeah, when I'm doing the playoffs, she's
Stanley
going
Cup final.
to take the kids to Disney World.
Wow. That means Jimmy's golfing. You actually you lost too then, Jimmy.
Wouldn't be a bad
Yeah,
game.
you lost too. You lost too. You could have all this time to golf.
See, Brooksy won $1,200 in a radio contest when we first started dating. So she was like 20. I think we were 25 when we started dating, and I think ever since then she thinks she's going to win every.
She's
radio
hooked on the feeling.
Yeah.
Do you think there are thousands of people calling into this thing?
Yes, there are.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
You do?
there are. Listen, there are people out there. We've talked about this before on the pod. There's people out there that are
pros.
professional contesters. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But I thought, again, to the conversation, that anybody listen to radio anymore, I guess. If they're giving away money, people are listening. Like, do you think...
That's why they're giving away money?
Wow.
Jeez, that was a
Mind
bit of a
blown.
shot, wasn't it?
Mind blown. Mind blown.
Maybe it was to try to get the listeners back, Stoff.
Well, maybe we should give away some money.
We should. Wow. Jimmy,
See, if we won the 20
Let's come up
grand.
with a sound, and we'll play it every week. And let's do that.
But hold on, we gotta win the money from another station first.
What are we giving away here?
No, we'll give away, like I'll get Nick to give us
$10?
like a tailor-made driver or something like that. We give away at the end of the season. So we'll have to, this week we'll come up with the sound.
Okay.
After you're finished watching White Lotus.
Yeah. It's coming. I swear to God, it's coming.
Sweeten the pot.
Oh,
$20
$20
plus.
$20. I'm not giving away money.
I'm going to throw in $100.
Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. So now it's $120.
I have a blue bill.
I'm
Puffy's
sure
got
I have
five.
a crisp 5 in my wallet
All right,
as well.
there's 130 prize money. Does it keep going up though every week?
No,
Well,
it
if
does
there's
not.
no winner, then we'll pass a jar around the building.
In fact, it diminishes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that 20 by next week. That's
All right, so we'll
$62? What happened?
we'll debut the
rough
sound.
night gambling.
The prize pot is going
This
down.
is the sound.
Well, our YouTube audience is all over it.
Oh yes, of course.
That's the benefit to watching on YouTube.
That was a pen clicking.
No.
That was kind of obvious. Somebody.
Should we just put a random sound effect at the end and people have to guess it?
How about
Yeah,
this?
sure.
How about this?
Okay, again the camera.
Oh yeah. That was me twisting the lid of a Perrier bottle.
You've fallen for it twice in 30 seconds.
All right.
Just
Okay,
know
but-
you
but
can't
this
do it right
one-
now. You can't do it. You're on camera.
Okay, here's one more. I'm gonna try to hide. Here's one.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Is that a good one?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You know what?
Yeah, but people can figure out there's only
anyone under 25 isn't figuring
No,
that out.
someone might, yeah, exactly. That's the only clue we'll give. Now, how are they gonna? Is the first person to tweet in to message us on like social media?
It's going to cost us more money to send them the money that we're sending them.
I think, you know what I think we should do? I think, listen, obviously.
That's
this
too
depends
obvious.
on
So people are going to figure out what was in the studio. There's not much in here.
Not necessarily. Well, look, wait.
James, I think you're getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can actually see that from there. So
You cannot?
yes.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, but you can figure it out probably.
Maybe.
Well, listen, it's a pretty good. Look, I think what we should do is we should
I'll blur it.
play a sound at the end of the podcast, and then people can possibly give us their thoughts, and then we call them to the next pod, and they say
It's
okay.
complicating it even
Well, it's
further.
complicating it, but you want to have some little bit.
Oh,
of
you mean to
interaction.
call in so people just like the radio contest where we'll call them randomly and give them a chance?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
This is not going to work
No,
at all.
don't think so.
But we could
You
try
think
it.
Chewy Louie's not going to call in?
Chewy Louie will definitely call
He'll
in.
definitely call in. All right, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it
okay.
out. Maybe we need to brainstorm this when we're not actually
I'll tell
doing
you
the
what.
pod.
Well, I want to think of a better sound, but for that sound that we just played,
Yes.
for the first person who responds
Yeah.
correctly, you'll have to get timelined on Twitter.
Either
or
Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube.
or YouTube.
Any
Yes.
three of those.
The
Whoever's
winner
first.
will receive $50.
50.
Wow, $50.
Wow.
We're the only
Okay.
program in the world to
Losing
give away
money.
our own money.
I can't believe it.
We are going to finish the season.
We are now operating
Negative
in the red.
dollars.
We are
In the
now
red.
operating at a loss. Unbelievable.
You guys got to give. You guys got to give. I'll give 30, and you guys got to give 7 each.
70. Well, that's
$51.
$51. Okay, fine.
I'm giving 6.
It's only going up, boys.
Oh my
That's a
god.
bad idea.
What other podcast
So
does this?
stupid.
Terrible.
Did you hear about the Patrick Reed's car? Maybe that should be things that I saw on Twitter. Or would that be your first segment you were going to do today?
Well, whatever you want, Jimmy. We do have more of Where You From. It was a very popular segment. Very popular.
Let's get through the other stuff because it takes up the entire show to do Where You're From. But people enjoyed Where You From.
Oh, they did. Some of them, I think, moved just to participate again.
Okay, so let's do things that I saw on Twitter.
Freaky pigs, strange chicks, world affairs, polar bears, fake news, nice shoes, big boobs, jack dudes. All of these things and more as I sat on the shitter. Things that I saw on Twitter.
So Patrick Reed, when he won the Masters,
Yes.
he bought a Porsche, a $400,000 Porsche, and painted it Masters green. Okay.
Could he get the real Masters green though? Because it's very difficult to find.
No,
that
it's like
color.
a.
They're very-
I would
they
call it
hide
a forest green. I'm looking at the picture of it right now.
Probably tax you, too.
They keep it under wraps that the actual green.
Okay, whatever. He
I'm sure they
painted
did.
it close
Whatever
to
that
Masters
means.
green.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
With yellow calipers.
Okay.
Anyway,
What?
the car mysteriously appeared on a salvage website,
Okay.
completely destroyed, with only 360 miles on it. So did Patrick Reed crash his Porsche and not report it? Which would be a Patrick Reedy thing to
Yeah,
do.
he likes to do things without reporting it.
He's a wild
It
card.
sold on the salvage website for $134,000.
Sorry, salvage
Seriously?
you just buy cars that are busted down? Or?
Yeah, busted, I guess, for the parts or whatever. It's Porsche. It looks like it had been in a pretty bad accident, though.
Wow. Really?
Now, who knows? He could have sold it. He could have sold it by then already.
God.
That's the.
That's bad.
Let me see it. Let me
I'm
see
just
it.
showing the top picture here.
Oh wow! It doesn't even look like the same
Stoff
car.
can
It looks like it's
retweet
actually been
this.
scorched too. Like
Looks
it's
even worse
burnt.
condition than Tiger's car did after
Right.
it rolled a bunch of times.
Or would Patrick Reed have gotten the insurance for this vehicle and then sold it for $134,000? Also a Patrick Reedy thing to do. Oh, I'm going to get sued.
You're so sued.
Shoot, he gets sued for everybody.
Yeah,
all of these are allegations. In all likelihood, this was not Patrick Reed's car. He had probably sold the car quite legally before.
This is just
Everything's
the
above
thoughts
board.
of James Duthie himself and no one else affiliated with the podcast.
Absolutely.
We apologize and offer you $61.
Our remaining balance.
I'll tell you what, Patrick Reed, if you withdraw your lawsuit and guess correctly the sound I made in the studio. What else do you have in the actual segment?
Well, sticking to golf and even to the Masters to some
Yes.
degree. So years ago, John Rahm basically had to get his ankle and foot broken to fix his club foot, which caused his unorthodox swing. He's obviously very successful due to it.
Okay, so you're telling, I've never heard this story. Now, I know he had a club foot, but kids usually get. My daughter Darian had a club foot.
Oh yeah.
But they
What is clubfoot, if you could?
I think it's just turned in.
I thought the club isn't it like it's like almost like to the side.
I don't know.
Your daughter had it. You
I
don't know.
But she had it like she was still a child, and they fixed it.
Yeah.
I don't think they broke it. Like they didn't tear it and break her leg, but they put her in a cast.
Well, maybe it depends on how far along it
Yeah.
is or something.
Yeah, but she was probably 2 years old, I think, and she had a cast
really,
on her
eh?
cast on her leg. But I didn't think John Rahm did this as an adult.
So they were talking about this on
he didn't do
Pat
this as an
McAfee's
adult.
show, and then I looked it up. It was years ago. I don't know if he was an adult.
like maybe he was
would've been
12
young-
or something.
I don't know. I don't know. We could check that, I guess. I'm sure his age.
Clubfoot, the
When
club
it happened.
champion, the John Ram story.
Oh, mainly my question was this, Jimmy: if breaking your foot and your ankle
Would fix my swing?
would basically make you the best golfer in the world.
Oh yes, 100%. I'd let you guys break it.
Would you?
Yes.
That sounds like a fun project.
How much would you pay to be able to break my ankle and foot? You have full control on the manner in which you break me.
And then the sound
But
of
do
the
I get to
breaking of
hear
the
your
foot
scream?
Could be the sound.
Yes, the sound that we
I
give
don't
away
want to hear
money
your
to.
scream.
You don't want to hear my screams? Duct tape my
Duct
mouth.
tape, yeah.
You can do that as well.
I think in order to be humane about it, I would go to a doctor and get some what's it called? The chloroform.
gloves? Oh.
Chloroform, and then knock you out and then break your ankle. So at least you wouldn't
I
be
don't think
alive.
I could. I
you
couldn't
would be
even do
sorry.
it.
You wouldn't be conscious.
If you got knocked out for chloroform, wouldn't you still wake up if somebody broke your ankle?
we wake up eventually, but the
maybe.
point is, it was spare myself from your screaming, and I break your ankle, and then I collect my $150,000
You
or
do it-
$61
gold bars.
You do in November after golf season's over.
Yeah.
You heal a couple of months healing. Now I'm the best golfer in the world in a heartbeat.
Ankle, though, that sounds
But-
painful.
Would
does
you
sound
be willing to take a shovel to your face? And so you'll look like very unattractive.
So
But you'll be a champion golfer.
you're breaking my foot, my ankle, and you're taking a shovel to my face.
Yeah. And your face will never recover.
But your swing will be
But your
incredible.
swing will be butter.
Yes.
I'm not that great looking guy as it is, so maybe people wouldn't notice if you put a shovel in my face. Maybe people would go like, "Hey,
Shovel face.
Jimmy looks good." Hi, I'm Shovel Face. Welcome to Trade Center. I don't know if I could. I don't.
That
think
would
I could
take
handle
your one career away.
that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're a PGA golfer, do you need to be on the panel?
That's true.
Maybe you do.
And you could probably do PGA Tour radio because you don't need to see your face for that.
James Duthie, hypothetical for you. Somebody comes along to you and says, you can host the Masters every day, every time, every year for the rest of your life, but you have to give up everything else. Would you do it?
No, I wouldn't do that.
For the same paycheck?
Yes, I would do that.
You work once a year. That's
4
a tough one.
days a year.
What else you got, kid?
Well, speaking of the Masters, I came across this. I did not know that the Masters jacket does not actually belong to the Masters winner.
I didn't know
So
that.
when Rahm won his Masters jacket, he got the green jacket for the photo. He gets to hold on to it for a year, but has to ask for permission every time he's going to wear it. There's all kinds of rules where you can't drink any alcohol while being in a picture with the jacket. The jacket is always property of the Augusta National Golf Course and can never be sold. And if Rahm goes on to win another Masters, he doesn't get a second jacket. It's the same jacket. So basically, Tiger Woods,
One
despite
jacket.
he has one jacket for everything.
But they get a trophy.
There is a trophy.
Yeah.
that people
they keep.
Yeah,
That they
people
keep.
don't. It kind of looks a little like the World Series trophy.
Yeah, it's a little
bit
weird,
like
yeah.
that. It's a weird
Trophy
looking
or not, let's be serious. Like the jacket's what you're playing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think it's now John Daly, I know, has never won a Masters, but think about how his physique has changed over the years. You're telling me if he won in 1991, he'd have to have the same jacket now?
That's the one thing they listed was multiple winners will only have one jacket unless his size drastically changes. So
And it's
okay.
they
drastic.
wouldn't have him on there. After the 18th hole, just squeezing him in.
It's like Chris Farley.
They will. Yeah, they'll alter the jacket for you too if you got a little
Alter.
bit,
They
if you
got
get
to make a
little
new
bit
one.
bigger.
Like, you can't. How much can you let out a jacket?
Although, remember when Tiger Woods won his first one? It was really baggy. And I
was
wonder if
super
they
Well,
did
they
that
knew. They knew.
intentionally because they knew
That's
he
a
would
good question.
he would
Fill
get
into it?
That's a very good
into
question.
I don't think so.
I think
You'll
they
grow
did.
into it, kid.
That's the thing.
Now
I could see that.
the rules are interesting because you're right. Rahm says you have to every time you put it on, you have to sign something. But Weirzy always has it on, like Masters Week. I wonder if maybe that's the first year when you're a champion and you're on the road. Because Weirzy,
But he wears it there, though.
Weirzy wears it on at Augusta National,
And that's
all
where
the
it
time.
stays. So I think during the week they're allowed to wear it.
You can wear it.
I think you're actually supposed to wear
Yeah.
it when you're like walking around and stuff. You're supposed to.
Oh, interesting.
I would imagine that's, they
Have you
want
ever
to.
seen Tiger wear the jacket except when he's
Only at the dinner,
right?
Yeah.
but he's always playing. Or like if I
That's
get
true.
I've never seen him there. It'll be interesting. Like I remember seeing like Jack wearing it, walking around.
Weirzy takes so much pride. You can tell
yeah.
when he has that jacket on, and why wouldn't you?
Oh, it's amazing.
should, of course.
Listen, he's the one guy in the country that's won the Masters.
I know.
Come on.
It's fascinating.
Doesn't even
how many
matter. It's
Canadians?
20 years
There's
ago.
not that many Canadians who even are members there either. So he'd be one of the few Canadians in the world who's actually worn it.
Very true. Very true.
Until you, James Duthie.
I think I got a pretty good chance at an Augusta membership. Just after my hard work there.
After you get the shovel in the head and we break your ankle,
But I wouldn't have been
then you're going to be dialed in.
Stoff, are you going to play that ridiculous Sarah Huckabee thingy now?
Yes, we've gotten to the portion of the program that is SNL or Real Ad.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women. Doing real things.
Real women work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics Koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
So there was no comedy even intended comedy in that?
No.
I mean, maybe the whole thing of covering up a woke company's logo or whatever, but
But
not the greatest joke.
Like the song was serious.
I think so. I think that was a song for real women.
I just don't know. I just don't know.
It doesn't surprise me. Remember when there was it Trump who had this weird choir that would come out and sing this really stupid patriotic song in the early years when he was running? They've done some really weird ass things that seems like parody, but that one that's real women.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, let's move on.
Wrexham.
Yes.
Oh
Congrats
boy.
to Wrexham.
Story. That's going to be a movie, right?
Yeah.
What's a show already,
The
right?
documentary.
Yeah, it's a
No,
documentary
but
as it's going
the
on.
fact
but-
that they won, they're going to make a movie.
Well,
I mean, they've
not
won-
an underdog story, James.
because they came in and spent
A lot of money.
This
Like,
is also becoming a somewhat common theme in soccer. There's quite a few teams jumping up leagues when they have foreign ownership.
yeah.
Like money gets poured in, the teams obviously become a lot better.
Yeah.
This one's a little different though. I don't know if it's just money they poured in. It's also their popularity and
For
everything.
sure. And
It's kind of been-
and the two of them seem quite genuine about,
yeah.
you know.
And it's
the
not this
town.
thing where they just spent a load of money at
No.
once. It's a little more strategic, but obviously.
Should we
an influx of
explain it to
money.
any listeners who don't know? Ryan Reynolds and what's the other guy's name?
Rob McElhaney.
Rob McElhaney. And who is Rob McElhaney again? He's the
Famous from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
correct.
Where he's most
And they bought this team for
Yeah.
It's a Welsh
couple
soccer
million
team.
bucks or
Yeah,
something.
for a couple million. It's like the third oldest.
a
soccer
much beloved soccer club that had fallen on hard times for a long time.
Yes.
team. Yes.
And they end up winning and getting promoted to,
League Two.
League Two, which is basically
The fourth
the
tier.
lowest level of professional soccer.
but
in
it still
England.
means a lot.
But
Yes.
it's huge. Yeah.
To them.
And they basically got out of the basement, and this is kind of like the first step towards hopefully building themselves back up. So,
Yeah.
big deal for them. They're celebrating. Apparently, Ryan Reynolds is planning to fly the whole team out to Vegas. So,
Really?
Wow.
Well, they're coming over to play Manchester United in the States this summer.
and Chelsea, yeah. In-
So if
in-
Ryan
in
Reynolds
Miami,
buys
I
the
believe.
Sens, he can get them back into the tier 1 of the NHL.
yes, yeah.
Well, I mean, he's basically also cemented the fact that he has the ability to bring a lot of attention to something that wouldn't otherwise be a big product. And so the Sens, it really is important for them to get him on board.
I don't disagree with that, and I think that on the heels of Calgary's announcement yesterday with their new stadium, I think it bodes well that that he's in the mix now, and I think something's going to happen. Like Ottawa has to have a new rink, I think.
They do. But I'm not in love with LeBreton Flats, but let's not get into that because it's not really downtown Ottawa.
No, you need to be in the
It's
market.
not really.
But wouldn't it be
downtown
better where it is now?
No,
Yeah,
it's
100%
way better
right.
where it is now.
No, let's just build it right in the market.
By the way, we're taping this on Thursday. The Leafs are about to play game 5 of the series tonight. Puffy's very excited.
Yep.
Huge night tonight.
Feels like it's happening.
30 to 50. I only encounter maybe 25 people a day in my little sheltered life, unless I'm at the golf course or whatever. Every single person you encounter says the exact same thing.
They got to win.
So, the Leafs going to do it?
Yep.
Do you say that to people?
No.
Do you-
Especially
But you're
people I
James
wouldn't
Duthie.
know well.
No, but if I ran into Tony Romo,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, hey, like the Niners have got it this year.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
you-
wanna
But
get
you
to
would
know.
chat him up about golf.
Yeah, you would.
No doubt, Jimmy. So
Yeah, but you wouldn't. Yeah, but you know that because he's also on TV.
I'm not mocking the people that do it.
No,
It's
no,
just
I
a
understand
conversation. I know it's just a
Yeah.
conversation piece for most people.
Yeah.
But I
it's
find
just like-
most people say that. I don't think that's with you being on TV. Most of my neighbors said that to me.
Say
this
the same
morning.
thing,
Yeah.
right?
Think they're gonna do it tonight? They
So,
better.
If I was out when I saw James Duthie, I'd be like, "Oh my God, that's James Duthie. How's it going, man? Hey, what do you think about the Leafs?" Yeah, I would. If I didn't know him, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
I know him. Now I know him, and I just go, Jimmy.
You know he
when are
doesn't
you
wanna
gonna take
talk
us
to you.
golfing?
no,
That's what
now
I
you're.
wanna know.
I'm feeling guilty now because I don't want to not talk to people. It
didn't
doesn't
say it to the guy at
doesn't
the
offend
track,
me when
right?
people say it to me.
No.
It's just.
I get it though. It's a little annoying.
Literally, and I'm sure
not
Odog and
approach.
Oh, no, those guys
Odog
get
and
it
Hayes
all
and
the
that. It's
time,
like
yeah.
seriously every person you meet. It's just
Oh,
like,
sure.
What are you supposed to? But what should be my answer? Just-
Yes. We're gonna
Yes, I
win.
guarantee it.
Go Leafs, go.
Well, if they've lost by the time people are listening to this, it could be in
Well,
Game 7 by the time people are listening.
That's a
to
good
this.
point.
Potentially. It won't be good if it's Game 7.
So, Puff, are the Leafs going to do it tonight?
I hope so.
Also, the NFL draft.
Yes,
That's
It's a big
I'm
night.
going to be torn.
Big night.
I got my Hawks. I got the 5th and 20th pick.
If
Although
the
we'll probably
Leafs,
trade
if
down.
the Leafs win tonight, if I can guarantee you that, will you add another $51 to
Yes.
the pot?
I'm in for it.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, so now we're looking at a 102 if the Leafs win. I like this. I like this little game show we got going.
That was a
Am
stupid
I also
play by
am
you.
I also eligible? Hold on, I'm guaranteeing a Leaf win for $50.
Yeah.
100% I'd do that.
No, but if the Leafs win, now you have to give the
you have
$50.
to give
That's the
50
whole
bucks.
point.
You don't win $50.
Yeah, I'd pay $50 for the Leafs to win.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's
51, by the way. Let's not.
Am I
let's get that on
eligible?
record.
Am I eligible to win?
You know what the sound is.
I don't think he does. From his angle, you can't tell.
Is it time to
Let's
get
see
to
what's
where
happening.
you from?
Oh, you better.
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, is there a
from?
song for this yet?
There will be.
Well,
There
yeah.
should be.
I believe James
I'm
performed
from
one last
everywhere.
Did I? What did I say?
Man.
Where you from?
Yeah. Something, something,
Yeah,
Something. Where you from? Are you smart or are you dumb?
Bad for, but no.
Well, apparently, we mangled the pronunciation of that one of
There's
those.
a couple, then we'll
of
get to
the
it.
New Brunswick town. Did you get the proper pronunciation of it?
I did get it.
All right, let's
Someone
get to
sent
where
that
you're
in.
from.
Let's go.
Does this have how long of a shelf life?
You
does
also
this
put-
segment have?
It could
I
be
think this
years.
could take us through to season 13 at least.
Should we rename the podcast "Where You From"?
Wow.
And all we do is people just write in where
Yeah,
you're
where they're
from,
from.
and we just go, oh, cool.
I wouldn't dismiss this so much, to be honest with you, because everyone's from somewhere.
Yes,
I
that's
mean,
true.
this could have
very
tremendous appeal.
This is true.
I'm going to advocate for my new segment as well.
What's that?
AI or a-hole.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Did we do that last week, or did you
Well,
just
just-
text
no,
us?
It was,
Is that right?
it was
I
the
think-
texts I sent through. I was
Text,
talking to an AI
yes.
bot, and
Oh,
yes.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
we can get to that a little later.
Bit of an inside joke to throw it on the podcast, frankly.
Well, I think it's a good idea.
Now it's happening. Alrighty. Jeremy Murphy writes in. He's from Leduc, Alberta.
Nice.
And he adds Big Rubber Boots Town, so I'm assuming at least one other listener
Oh,
there.
that's huge. We should go there. We should do a live pod.
when we do our live pod
Or we just
tours,
give out money. We just throw money on the ground.
Yeah, because that's what we do now.
it's gonna get us big.
Those pennies are going to hurt.
We make it rain.
Just change. Quarters, nickels.
So Leduc will be one of our stops. And what was the town
money
in New
giveaway.
Brunswick? Not Miramichi, but it was something.
I don't know. It's-
Opiaco or something like that.
Jesus, you're going to make me look through these notes here?
Leduc, Alberta.
the Duke.
Population? Anyone?
707.
Let's do a pool.
Okay.
$51 for the winner.
Oh my
Okay.
God! Everything's gambling.
So I can
here.
get the money back that I
that you
I'm
have to give away the Leafs. Leduc. Hold on.
Brought to you by FanDuel.
Hey, I'm trying to do a Siri.
Oh, sorry.
What's happening here?
Now look at it. She doesn't understand because Lester's talking the whole time. Population of Leduc, Alberta, 34,094.
Wow.
You were way
Wow.
off, Puff.
Wow.
Way
So
off.
it could be classified as a city, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the number for a city?
20,000. But most places just remain towns. I'm not really sure why.
You mean
I looked this up
You
recently.
have the choice of calling yourself a city or a
You
town?
can apply to be a city once you have 20,000 people in Canada, at least.
Wow.
What would be the benefit of being a city?
A small city or a big town?
Well,
what would you rather be?
Maybe
better.
you get a key to the city you can give away to your
Yeah,
citizens.
imagine you give away. You
Ottawa.
got a key to the town. That's no good.
Yeah, that's garbage. Key to the town. It opens 2 doors.
Good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, key to the city does sound a lot better.
Yes.
20,000 and you're a city. No. I wouldn't. I want to know the smallest registered city in Canada. Should I-
Do you think they? Do you think it's some place that had 20,000?
Is this
Like
a new segment?
Hold on.
Three-
Jimmy
Siri.
talks to Siri. What is the? Oh,
it's gonna be a
Sometimes I
city
take
with
a
20,000 where 3 people died and now they're not eligible anymore.
sometimes
They're
I
gonna
take a
get stripped.
screenshot by mistake when I try to do Siri. Siri, what is the smallest city in Canada? Duncan, on Vancouver Island.
Oh, nice.
Now hold on.
Population of Duncan.
No, it doesn't say. Siri, what is the population of Duncan, British Columbia?
Please be 19,000.
This is the best interview you've done.
4,944.
No, that's
a
wrong.
joke.
That's not official.
But Siri says it's a city.
well, they probably lost like 6,000 people in
Yeah,
a
you remember
natural disaster.
The Great Floods?
Could someone from Duncan write us in next week on where you're from?
We got people in Duncan. It's a city.
Okay, continue.
All right. Blake Zaug is from Lethbridge, on Alberta originally, but now in Houston, Texas.
Oh,
look at
hook 'em
that.
horns.
More love in Texas. Yeah. Look 'em horns.
It's actually the Cougars, but
I really enjoyed Super Bowl week in Houston a few years ago. It's an interesting city. Sprawling.
sprawling is the word
Very,
for it.
very sprawling.
Yeah.
I went out to dinner with Jay Onwright and his lovely wife, Chobi. Jay was with Fox back then.
Oh, nice.
yes, of course.
So he's a big deal then.
He
Still
was a
made
big-
time for
big-
you.
He was a big Fox guy back then. And we went to some little Spanish
That was his
place. Yeah. Jay finds interesting little places to.
Does he?
Yeah,
He still does.
He's a little
recommend-
off the beaten path. Guy.
Yes, I went to an amazing restaurant that Jay recommended on last Friday with Brooksy called Prime Seafood something or other.
That's,
Bonanza.
It sounds like a little.
It does. It sounds.
bistro.
It sounds cheesy, but it's Maddie McLaren or something. He's a famous chef.
Oh yes, the McLaren chef.
I don't know. Maddie McCormick.
I never
I'm not
heard
really on the. Are you one of these? Like some people are
No.
real like chef people. They know
Yeah.
all the
The
chefs.
only guy
I always
know
make
is,
sure the guy in the keg is the guy I like.
Anyway,
Swedish
this was
chef.
one of the greatest meals I ever had.
Really?
A little bit pricey.
Was it?
No, it was amazing.
Was it good?
It was unbelievable.
So like that salad you got in Europe for the market price?
Well, no, this was, yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. Everything's expensive now. That's the way. If you go to a nice restaurant, your
yeah.
entrees are like $60, $70.
Yeah,
food is
It's just
You go
expensive
to
way-
in
fast
general.
food, it's like $40.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. it's
This was
expensive,
one of the best steaks I've ever had.
Really?
Oh yeah, yeah. I took a picture. Did you see the picture I took? I put it out on the
Oh, I probably think it.
Instagram. Anyway, it was really yummy. I'll look it up while you continue
You're a
on.
food
with,
guy on
where-
Instagram,
where
eh?
you're
You're a
from.
foodie.
Jeff Krause, Napanee, Ontario.
Oh yes, I've been there.
So Napanee is not the same as Nepean, right?
No, but it's
I
not.
would assume not, unless I'm butchering.
are they
That's the
like-
stupidest thing you've
Are
ever
they,
said
are
on
they
this
close
podcast.
together? Are they close together? Like, would they be rival towns, or are they not even close together?
Nepean is part of Ottawa.
Yeah, isn't
basically
Napanee-
you have Ottawa, and on the west side of Ottawa is Nepean. On the east side of Ottawa is Gloucester.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Napanee. I was about to throw something at
Napanee,
where?
you should know Napanee. If you keep driving instead of getting off for Prince Edward County,
Yeah.
if you drive another half an hour, you're in Napanee.
Well, I don't.
Home of Avril Lavigne.
Oh, so it's between Kingston and
Napanee's like 20, no, yeah, exactly, halfway between,
Kingston.
closer to Kingston than Belleville.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Napanee. You never been to Avril's Town?
No.
Beautiful. They have one little main street with all the Christmas lights.
Oh, yeah?
And it's very pretty Christmas time.
Nice.
Napanee.
Lovely. Daniel Ratke writes in Copenhagen, Denmark.
Copenhagen.
I'd love to go to Denmark. Looks beautiful.
We should do a tour where we do
Of
Denmark
Denmark.
and Finland.
And Leduc.
Yeah.
You guys have been there for Worlds, right? For World Hockey Championship, James?
I have not been to Denmark. Darian, my eldest daughter,
Yes.
she is going away to school next year, and her first choice was Copenhagen, which was
Really?
we were hoping for, and she ended up getting Switzerland, somewhere in
Oh,
Switzerland.
really?
Wow. So she's like doing her full year
I thought you
there?
were going to say Kingston.
I was expecting that too. Oshawa Community College.
Napanee Collegiate.
Sort of Brock.
So is she doing like just her finishing her last year?
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. I can't remember the place in Switzerland, but it's anyway.
That's
Copenhagen, beautiful place. So who was that? What was that guy's name?
That was Daniel Radke.
Oh,
Nice.
Daniel, thank
Not
you.
Radcliffe,
Did he say
Radke.
why he? Remember, I asked people to say how they found us. Did he say how he found us?
So some of these might be from before they might be from the previous episode as well.
Oh, okay, I get
They
it.
haven't got
Because some
to that
people did
episode.
send the story, so get ready for those.
Oh, okay.
Oh, love it.
Okay.
A couple tales here. Next one comes in from the Sneaky Salamander. His name is Brian Bush. Pensacola, Florida,
Pens.
home of the Blue Angels. I have no idea how I found the show, but I've been listening since the beginning.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Pensacola, Florida.
That is amazing.
Wow, that is amazing.
So
That
he
is
is
awesome.
Florida man.
Florida man.
It's the Sneaky Salamander, the Florida man.
Wait a second. She should be friends with Snake Bites Pete.
He, Brian Bush. So-
I said he, didn't I?
Think
No,
he's
she's
any
a chief.
relation to Billy Bush,
or Kyle Bush.
a friend of Donald Trump, President Donald Trump.
Why wouldn't you say George Bush before you said Billy Bush?
Oh, because I just think Billy Bush is the most famous of the Bushes.
in your world, fair.
Or Kate Bush?
Oh, yeah.
Up that hill, I'll be running up that hill.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. She'd be pretty famous.
Caleb, 25.
I'll be running up that
I knew it's coming.
I knew to pull the brakes.
He's still got one more in him.
That song got a second life
Yes,
because
it
of
did,
Stranger
Stranger
Things.
Things,
Yes.
yeah.
And worked perfectly with that in
Did
that
it?
show.
I didn't
by
watch
the way.
that show yet.
We
I
covered
still-
that on this podcast.
Yes, we have talked
We'll
about
do it
that.
after.
We have talked
we
about
talked
that.
about this
We
on
did?
that podcast.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
On this podcast?
On what you're watching,
100%.
yes.
100%.
On what you're watching?
Was
Are
it
you
on
sure?
Star?
We
Yeah.
dissected the lyrics because you misunderstood them, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
do remember that now.
Oh, are you sure that wasn't on the Where You From podcast?
No.
That's yet to be released. Caleb, 25, proudly representing Prophylactic Nation from North Bay, Ontario.
Nice. North Bay.
Good town.
Hey,
The home of the
North Bay
Cent-
Battalion.
It used to be the Centennials.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
changed
it
it to
did.
the
Battalion
Battalion.
now.
Yes.
North Bay is lovely. I've been in there 2 or 3 times to perform.
Yeah, he's
and,
probably been in all these places.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, but have you guys ever heard of the shad flies? Did I talk to you about this?
Yes.
What?
The shad flies.
Shad flies.
Yeah, they're
This is
everywhere.
once or twice a year in North Bay where these flies come out of the Nottawasaga River, and they don't have any mouths, but they're attracted to light, and there's thousands of them, and they have to
So they can't bite you.
They can't
No.
bite you, but
they
they're
fly
there.
into you.
They fly into you. Like it's
Can they knock you over? Are there that many of them?
There's not that many of
They're
them.
that
No.
big.
We,
no.
we
They're
get
not that
them
big.
in Wellington.
But I mean, it's just, and they live for like 24 hours. And
Shag
they're-
flies.
Shad.
Like the shaggin' flies?
No, shad.
Shad flies.
SHAD.
Yeah, they're like dumb. They just kind of bump into each other. But
They're-
Yeah.
Are,
And they're-
are there smart flies?
aggressive.
And they're,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they're,
there are.
and they're
That is aggressive.
but they're
Jeff
they're attracted
Goldblum.
to light. Yeah, right. They're attracted to light, and so when they come out, the town almost either has to do 2 things: go dark or whatever. Like let's say there's a McDonald's or whatever.
Wow.
They have to have shad fly cleaning shifts to get these things off of. It's crazy.
What about my aura? Would they be attracted to my aura? Is there
No,
enough light
no,
there?
definitely not. Definitely not.
Oh,
Sorry, they wouldn't be attracted to the light in your eyes as I am.
Oh, hello.
Yes,
Nice
like
recovery.
that. See, sucking up.
Where
Yes,
you
go ahead.
from? The sexual edition.
Joey Dearborn, who many will recognize from the Gold
Dearborn,
Bar League.
Michigan?
No, not quite. He is from Ile des Chênes in Manitoba.
Oh, nice.
wow.
I
Your
thought
French
that was
has
gonna
been
be
improving
Quebec.
since we
Not
started
bad.
the segment.
Not bad.
Since last week's
I
segment.
bought it.
That is the Isle of the
Dogs.
Chains.
Oh, I would have thought all the dogs.
Oh, how do you spell Shens?
Chenes.
Dogs.
I don't know.
I kind of made up chain. No, Shen is Chien, I think. Shen or EIN. Shen.
I think, yeah.
Chains.
EIN. Yeah.
The more you know. Brent Stahl, day one listener from Cloquet, Minnesota.
Oh,
Interesting.
Minnesota.
Again.
I don't know. Cloquet, Minnesota, perhaps.
Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful place. Spent a lot of time in Minnie.
Have you?
Not that much.
But enough
Apparently,
to
the cottage
relate.
country is very nice.
I went to visit Johnny Petra there a couple times. He
Yeah.
was in the hospital there, and
Minneapolis? Was that in Minneapolis?
the Twin Cities. We've been
St. Paul?
St. Paul and
Minneapolis.
Did an NHL draft there.
Nice.
I believe it was the Nathan McKinnon draft.
Oh.
There was a Super Bowl there as well.
Spent. Oh my God, I've never been colder
Yeah.
than
Really?
that Super Bowl.
Was it cold?
Oh my God, it was so cold.
But wasn't everything right there?
No, it wasn't a good Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought everything was, like, really
Minnesota
close.
has wonderful people. It's too
Hardy.
damn cold for a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Brent.
Jabari, here's the thing: when you're taping, most days at the Super Bowl, you tape your panels.
Yeah.
So let's say you have a 5-minute panel. So Jesse Palmer talks, then Jabari at that time Jabari Greer talks, and then Luke Wilson or whoever it was on the panel.
Yeah.
And I talk, and you get down to like the last guy speaking, and you're praying. If that guy screws up, you have to start again.
Yeah.
And we were so cold. Just be like, please bring it over the line.
Nice.
Bring it over the line.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry.
Dave John, I'm from Long Beach, California.
What the heck?
Heard about the podcast from the Bob Father.
Oh.
Really?
So I'm just wondering if you ran into Bobby in California and he's like, you should listen to this
Yeah,
podcast.
Bob's just out there telling everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do
Spreading
you
the
think maybe when Bob used to have his own podcast?
Yeah,
for a
he
while.
did. He did.
Maybe he promoted us on his podcast because
Could
we
be.
kind of
Could
started
be.
around the same time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
and we had him on.
And
He
Yes, we
chose
did.
not to have us on.
you
which
got to
is
admit
bastard.
that no one thought we'd last longer than him.
100%.
That's true.
Yeah.
Of
Of
course, we have no
course,
sponsor.
he wasn't just giving away money.
He's
We
giving
didn't
me
realize
Bobby
that was
Margarita.
the key.
Okay.
Alrighty. Tyler Schreiber.
Do me a favor in the podcast notes this week, and when you put out the tweets and stuff, put in all caps. We give away money.
I'll just name the episode we give away.
No, just call it free money.
Also,
Why don't we just become the Free Money Podcast?
also
Free
please
money.
delete any part where I said I'd give away money.
Hey, you want the Leafs to win, buddy? $50 on the line.
I'm going for the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Okay.
Alrighty. So we got Tyler Schreiber. I'm listening from London, Ontario.
Nice.
Also, glad you butchered Chatham. It's a dusty place. Sorry to Jimmy's ex-love.
Big rivalry there, London and
Big
Chatham.
rivalry.
Who
So
butchered
they don't-
Chatham?
I
You
butchered
did.
Chatham.
Yeah.
Oh, you
No,
did?
I did.
No, you did.
We
That's
called
right.
it Chatham.
Jimmy butchered the Finnish place. We'll get to that. Dave Ghost. Grand Falls, Windsor in Newfoundland and Labrador.
What?
Oh.
Grand Falls, Windsor.
That's a name. It's like a dash in the middle.
Between Falls and Windsor, yes.
Grand
Falls,
Falls,
Windsor in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Interesting.
Although
I
I
have to
assume it's
ask
in
my
one or
buddy
the
Mark
other.
Ward if he knows of Grand Falls,
I'm
Windsor.
sure he does. Mark's he gets around. He knows the towns.
Text him right now. Keep going.
Aaron McDonald, Fairview, Alberta, about 1.5 hours of Grand Prairie. So
Oh, that's gonna
Beautiful.
Is that close to the Duke?
write in, Aaron. Let us know how far you are from Leduc. We'll plan this whole get together. David Campbell, listening from Stratford, PEI, originally from Bermuda.
Whoa, Jimmy,
cool.
maybe you
That,
met him down
Bermuda.
there in one of your travels.
I never been to Bermuda.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I'm scared of the triangle.
Jesus.
My cousin used to play in Bermuda for years and years and years. So I
Like
kinda
play a
feel-
band?
Yeah.
In a band?
Yeah.
Nice.
Graffiti Park, by the way. Graffiti Park.
That was the name of the band, or is
Yes.
that a place in Bermuda?
No, it's Graffiti Park. The name of the place in the Bermuda and the Onion is called the Pickled Onion.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
What did you just say? The name of the onion in the what?
No, the name of the place in Bermuda is the Pickled Onion.
Downtown?
That's the venue.
That's the bar?
That's the bar. They play it. The Pickled Onion. Shout out to my cousin Kojo, by the way.
What was the band called again?
Graffiti Park.
So Graffiti Park playing at the Pickled Onion in Bermuda.
Is a
Correct.
time. That's a good time.
That is the catchphase that will win you $50.
Yes. If you can remember the name of the band and the venue and the island, Puffy will pay you $51 next week.
Cash.
We're at 102
No
in the hole.
loonies.
John Pickerton from episode 1, season 1, and straight on through, listening from Downington, Pennsylvania, 30 minutes west of Philly, for no goddamn good reason. My favorite pod. You dudes are adorable.
That's horrible.
Thank you for that.
How did he find us?
Wow, that's a great question.
No reason, no good reason whatsoever.
You know,
so-
here's the thing about the day oneers.
Yeah. The OGs.
We had some rough years there during COVID. I was really carrying it for a while there.
Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. Now we see where he's going to
cramming
stop.
us in between golf excursions.
I think our worst times were probably when we were 4 guys, 1 mic. Right?
Yeah, in that little room.
That was
Sounds like a raunchy movie.
Origins.
I know.
4 guys.
I'm like, I don't remember that. Why were my pants off?
You know that guy, James
It's all
Miller?
coming back to me.
James Miller, yeah.
Does the Origins podcast? Do you
Yeah.
think he'll ever do an Origins podcast about our podcast?
Wow.
Of rubber boots.
That'd
Yeah.
be amazing.
You never know.
Awesome. Yes.
Anthony's from LaSalle, Ontario.
Oh, yes.
LaSalle.
Thank you. But who was the last guy? Pinkerton?
Yeah, OG
Pinkerton.
from
Thanks.
Pennsylvania.
Thank all you day oneers and
Yeah.
your day tours and your year 7s. Thank you all for hanging out with us,
God
right?
bless you. God
Because we
bless you,
really
folks.
have no talent.
There's nothing.
I had talent.
There's no reason to listen to
No.
this podcast whatsoever
That I
I
agree.
certainly don't.
until the money came out.
now I'm listening.
Brian Weems, Brantford, Ontario.
Oh, yeah, Brantford.
Amy.
Kevin.
Home of?
Wayne Gretzky.
No.
Keith
Brantford?
I don't know.
Yeah, Brantford. That's where the
I
Gretzky's from.
know.
Oh,
It was an
okay.
obvious
I believe that
question.
was
I was
the
just seeing if
punchline.
anybody would answer anything
okay.
different.
No one's
Okay.
getting $51 for that one.
Wow.
Kevin Denahy, Lexington, Kentucky.
Oh, is that where the Derby is? We should go down to the Derby
Yes.
with.
Kevin, please have us over.
We need hats.
We do.
We need fancy hats and dresses.
and boas.
I think I can get us some hats. Colin McDowell, Big R, Scotland.
Nice.
Scotland.
Scotland.
Love it.
not Scottish, it's
so
crap.
again, no reason yet given as to how we
Not
found
yet,
this.
but please write us in from Scotland. We will say your reason. Max Thompson, Bristol.
Connecticut?
Nope, United Kingdom.
Oh, yes.
Bristol. Out of some love from out in the UK.
Shall we do all shows in an accent from now here going forward?
Well, did I send you the thing with the guy who went to UK for 2 weeks and then came back with the accent?
Oh no, but I gotta show. Did I show you the thing? The Dateline guy who faked his death?
Yes.
Oh my God, we gotta dig that up next week. Remind me.
Okay.
We'll do it as a subject next week.
For sure.
Continue.
Mark Marasco, Stony Creek, Ontario.
Nice. Nice.
I went did a Mark Ward and I we had a soccer tournament down there. We were billeted at Stony Creek.
Oh, nice.
That's when we lived in Ottawa, so Stony Creek felt like an exotic location for me
sure.
to go to.
Of course.
Was there any nonsense with the Billet family?
What do you mean?
Like the mom, was it a single mom or anything?
Wow. Wow.
Josh Lemurs, Coburg, Ontario. So that's our
Coburg,
second
that's right.
Coburg. We had someone from Coburg last
yep.
week.
Yeah.
And after that, some guy from Coburg writes in
Oh, nice.
saying, I'm not the guy who said he was from Coburg, so the mystery continues. So we got at least 3 listeners out in Coburg.
Sounds great.
when
Coburg's
some
like
guy
Canada
from
County.
Coburg
Some
says, I'm not the
guy
guy
from
from Coburg, who was that guy?
You know we're blowing up in Coburg.
Yes.
Huge.
Bigger in Coburg or Leduc, Alberta?
I don't know. It's going to be tough. They're fighting over our naming rights.
Tweet in and let us know. Now we got Veli-Pekka Kaivola.
We don't
Pronunciation doesn't spoil the great connection between us Finns. So I still don't know how it's pronounced because
Tempere?
apparently that's not it.
Tempere.
Wow.
Tempa.
Let's just say it
Tempere.
5 different
Tempura?
ones, right? Tempere.
Good.
Tempere?
I think we're going to lose both of our Finnish listeners by the time this is done. Chewy Louie clarifying that he's originally from New Brunswick. So he was
okay.
out west, I
Did
guess.
he go to
after.
escape the flooding as well?
I hope so.
The flooding was out in Dawson's Creek in BC.
Oh. I just remember last week we talked about how flooding.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that. That was the one you mispronounced. Michelle Roebuck writes back in, the former
Oh, yeah.
TSN employee. Shallow Lake is very shallow,
makes
not
sense.
deep enough to dive. In fact, it drains itself and fills back up every few months. Great spot to kayak, though. So we can do our kayak podcast.
We could.
Doesn't sound like a
Shallow
great place to swim, though. It's like
you say how to-
self-draining
Yeah,
and
you
coming
won't
back.
I don't think
all
it's
the time.
draining that rapidly, though. Like
know.
where you're in it and then all of a sudden it's out of water. And you just sink
Now
to the
you're
bottom.
walking home.
Yeah, I don't think so. Elizabeth, who last week wrote in, she's
From Texas?
Spring, Texas.
I remember that.
So
course you
you
did.
wanted to know how she got there. You can thank Stoff, Jay, Dan for leading me here. I started listening to Jay and Dan's pod after they moved back to Canada. I guess she started watching them on FS1 first.
Nice.
I think Jimmy plugged the pod a few times during his guest appearances. Can't remember the last time you've done that. And one day I decided to check it out. I didn't realize Stoff produced both shows, so for the first time I realized he was part of the crew. I was sold.
Oh, so you actually
nice.
got us a listener.
Wow, way to go,
Oh,
buddy.
and listen to this. I believe Stoff and I are also birthday buddies because of the Network
wow.
Stars post he made. So
Oh, I thought you were. I thought you was going to say. I believe Stoff and I are also ex-lovers.
Wow. I was going to say paternal, long lost brothers.
That would
But
be a
okay.
story.
that Long Lost Brothers with Elizabeth would be quite the story.
That would be a story.
Life in spring isn't that much different than where you guys live. Suburban Houston versus suburban Toronto, just a lot warmer and probably more guns.
Oh, boy.
Our neighborhood did add pickleball lines to our tennis courts recently, but we have more young people playing using the courts than seniors. I'm too busy making Costco runs with our toddler and rooting for the Stars in the playoffs to check it out myself, though.
Nice.
Go Stars. Thank you.
Go Star. They're looking
Elizabeth.
pretty good.
They look very good.
What is happening down there?
This time I shoot. Sorry.
Grand Falls, Windsor is a booming town of 15,000 people, Mark Ward tells me, in Newfoundland.
Oh, nice.
He used the word booming,
So there it is not a city yet. It's 5,000 short to become a city.
but with our help, we'll get him there. Our $61. All right, we'll finish off the segment with this. Will McLaren's writing in from Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia, originally from
Home
Moncton.
of Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, Nathan McKinnon.
Oh, and Sidney Crosby.
So he's from Cole Harbour, originally from Moncton, New Brunswick. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Not counting the tweet I threw out during the juniors when I spied James recording a voiceover in the media coat closet at Scotiabank
I
Centre.
remember him. I met him. Yes,
nice.
indeed.
Should have snapped a pic. Now here comes the real thing we've all been waiting for. Anyway, I believe that Apahog is pronounced Apahog, not...
What did I say?
it wasn't even close. Mine or yours attempts were.
Apahog?
Because it had a Q in it, and it was like Apahog. Yeah.
Wow.
So Apahog is how you pronounce it.
Okay.
And
Apahog. I apologize to the people of Apahog.
there you go.
Keep listening to us.
Please listen. Please send in where you're from.
Yes.
Continue sending where you're from. And
Yeah, it's a
we'll
great
send
segment.
you some money.
Where are you from?
So we have our spin-off podcasts. Where are you from?
Yep.
And then how you found us.
Yeah, that's the second.
How you found us.
Where are you going?
Where you going?
What you doing?
We'll just interview our listeners. I think it's the best way to do it now, going forward.
What you eating?
They
So
seem
is that
into
the
it.
end of the podcast?
Well, we do have actual listener mail, and I had What You Watching, but we don't have to get to that.
No, we can do it because I got some ideas. Puffy's got to go soon, probably.
I got
but-
a suggestion too, but
I'm not in bad shape today.
Okay.
okay. Keep your job. All is good.
I'll keep
What You Watching?
What you watching? Just between you and me, what you streaming on your TV? Let me see. What you watching? Action, drama, comedy. What you streaming on your TV?
All right, Jimmy, you want to lead off with your suggestion?
I'm currently watching a show called Beef.
Oh, yes, you mentioned that last week. Yes.
And very enjoyable, very original. It's basically a premise of a road rage incident in California.
Yes.
Okay, so
And-
not original, because last week I said there was a movie called Changing Lanes 15 years ago.
No, but
Same premise.
where it goes, I think, is very, like, obviously a million different things can happen after a road rage incident. I think this is a 10-part series, like 35 minutes each or something like that. So this is interesting characters, not a lot of likable characters, but very well done. So highly recommend Beef.
Nice.
And I'm not done yet. I got 2 episodes left.
Well, I thought you had more shows to recommend.
No, not really. I don't have any. I'm willing to listen to some. Is it Lester that's going to recommend a Severance?
No, that's from Lester's Rebounder. That's what someone wrote in.
Oh, okay. Severance has been out for a few years, and I keep looking at it, but I can't bring myself to watch it. But
Okay, so
apparently it's good.
Lester's Rebounder writes in, "Hey boys, longtime listener, first time caller. You need to watch Severance with Adam Scott on Apple TV Plus. Great psychological thriller that will have you begging for more."
Oh, nice.
You like begging?
I like it.
Begging.
I haven't seen it yet, but I read the new show on Netflix, The Diplomat. It's supposed to be very good.
The Diplomat. I haven't seen that yet.
It's starring Felicity.
Oh, Felicity.
I can't remember
Felicity.
her name.
Felicity Huffman?
No.
Felicity.
From the show, TV
Felicity.
show.
And then she was in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Where she got her brain
Yes,
blown out.
and she was in The Americans.
Her name is Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Perkins.
Carrie Russell.
Carrie Russell. Look at you, eh? See, we got smarts.
I'm like, Carrie
Wow.
Russell.
That's the first time you've ever come up with
Whoa,
something.
what happened there? I blacked out.
Oh my God.
That was painful to
Apparently
watch.
it's very
almost.
good.
Waitress. Carrie Russell was also in the film Waitress.
I've always been a fan. I thought she's very cute.
I wonder how
She'd be
much.
an age-appropriate
Wonder how much
crush.
younger than you Carrie Russell is.
She's probably same age group.
really the Americans
age group?
as well.
Yeah,
Carrie
like
Russell.
she's a full woman.
From
Like my other crushes.
what?
A full woman.
Carrie
But you said
Russell
same age.
is 46 years old.
46 exactly. We're peers.
47 actually. She's turned 47.
Now she's getting too old for Puff.
How many?
Not true. I play anywhere from 20 to 75.
Wow. That's your wheelhouse.
All gravy.
Wheelhouse.
Dude, when you say, does that mean I play? Does that mean your range of interest, or women are interested in you from the ages of 20 to 25?
It's definitely not their interest.
Because it sounded a little cockier.
No.
I think the less they know, the better.
I play well with the 20
No.
to 75.
I just that I find women attractive from that age group.
74? So 74 is like, you've
By
seen
day
some...
3 at my dad's like timeshare, I'm definitely at 74.
Wait till I
Wow.
get into the senior pickleball tournament.
Wow.
Puffy's going to get you suspended from the fence.
Suspended.
Your friend can't come here and leer.
Edith, those are beautiful slacks you're wearing today.
Nice gams is what I usually drop.
Edith. So the one show I haven't started watching it yet. I plan on, because I keep coming across clips on the socials, is Jury Duty. Have you guys seen this? Or?
No, I've not.
I watched the last 10 minutes of the last episode.
That was smart. Way to go.
Okay, so I'm sure you have tons of great insight.
I watched the reveal.
Okay, so basically,
Seriously. Why?
Because it just came across. I think I was in my office looking. So we don't have a normal TVs in our place, right? They have all the satellite feeds. So if you're looking for a different game, they're all there.
Yeah.
And I was flicking through the satellite feeds trying to find something, and I just came across it and stopped and watched the last 5 minutes of it. Jesus. So I know what happens.
okay, so basically, this is it's a mock show, I guess, about a jury.
It's like the Truman Show in a sense.
Yes, it is. So one person is real, and they have no idea what's
is this
going
the one
on.
with that Marston guy?
Yeah, he's in it.
The actor, yes.
He's
So-
the actor.
He plays himself.
And he plays himself because obviously the person might recognize him, and an actor could be called into jury duty. So they're set up this thing like it's a real jury duty. One guy goes there thinking he's going for jury duty. Everyone else is an actor, including one well-known actor. And they all play different parts. He plays himself, and obviously that guy plays himself. And I guess the fun is in the fact, like, his reactions to, like, because people start doing some crazy things. There's different stuff that goes on, different charades. So
They put him in scenarios where he could be corrupted. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
So
They
which is
do
kind
for
of
sure?
From the reveal.
Okay. I don't know, because I saw an interview with one of the makers, and they said their goal was not to put him in any awkward situations, more so reacting to other people. But
Well, no, I think that would be the situation.
Yeah, because imagine he like agrees to like
Yeah, it's not like that, but I think somebody
tries to break the guy out.
agrees to kill someone.
Wow.
This got dark
he
fast.
gets bought.
Wasn't there a movie like that? Or did I just dream it sometime?
Probably.
He'd be next week in the
TV
segment of
show?
dreams.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. I think it was a TV show.
That's
or
a
movie.
segment we should bring back.
Absolutely. Let's get to listener mail.
Listener mail. Listener mail. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so we got this photo here from Ricky Schmidt and Snack Bites Pete.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
They're
Together?
together?
Yes.
Are they a couple?
No. I wrote that this was from the Rubber Boots podcast convention, the first ever.
Oh, nice.
I'm putting my
Boots
25.
Con.
Putting my 25 in for the 51. I've donated half the money.
Okay, I'll put in my 5.
You have 50. If the Leafs win, you got to throw in another
I was listening
50.
stuff. Don't worry.
What is happening? Why are we settling up right now?
Because I don't trust myself.
Okay, but so it's on me to mail this money now?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, God.
And I want it mailed in an envelope
Yeah,
in those
no
exact
chance.
bills.
I'm not going to the post office after what happened with those shirts.
What segment
It's
are we in
insane.
right now?
Listener
What you
mail.
watching?
God.
Oh, listen-
Ricky Schmidt. Jesus. Ricky Schmidt and Snack Bites Pete were at the same wedding reception. They took a picture.
That's
sent
amazing.
It in.
For real?
Yes.
Like, that is
Yes,
incredible.
It's in your notes.
That is unbelievable.
They did. How did they find each other?
Yeah.
Does Snake Bites Pete have his Snake Bites Pete hat on?
Wow.
Well, on next week's Where You Going, maybe they could write in how they know each other.
So they actually know
That's
each other.
another spin-off
Somewhat,
podcast.
yes.
How
I
do you
don't know if they know each
other?
other as two podcast listeners or if they knew each other before. So we'll find out.
That's
Stay
an
tuned.
amazing thing.
What happens if two of our listeners fall in love?
Oh my God, we'd get invited to the wedding. for
We
sure.
would be the bridesmaids.
I hope so. We would put $51 into the gift.
Listen, I got to believe that I'm playing at that wedding.
Oh my God, for
Come
sure.
on.
For
I'm
sure.
singing.
Can you imagine?
Bad for Bedard.
And now-
their first
Sing all
song.
you
Yeah.
all you heard is shitty songs
Yes.
over here.
We can just
over
rewrite
glass.
it. Bad for Bedard, but good for each other.
I hear that your boyfriend's a
Puck
generous
over
lover.
glass. Tonight you're both getting some ass.
That's pretty good. It's gonna be a great wedding.
Chewy.
Don't take
Take
my...
my innocence away.
Getting a little edgier. Oh, we're not going to
Are
sing
you
anymore?
wearing
Okay,
your
I knew it, I knew it, I knew
rubber
it.
You knew there was
Tonight-
an
Are you wearing your rubber?
rubber tonight? All right, sorry. Are we done?
Are you done?
Are you done?
Holiday purple.
You're going to run out of songs. The Coach's Farm's coming next. Chewy Louie writes in regarding the Blue Jays pitcher who didn't want his wife cleaning up after the kids.
Oh, nice.
Not every airline has a crew go on after each flight. With the focus on turnaround time, often the in-flight crew does a quick clean of the plane. That's how it's done at WestJet, for example.
Yeah, I think that happens a lot because I watch, sometimes when I'm boarding a flight, Air Canada, like the people will come off the flight and like 2 minutes later you're going on the plane.
It
Yeah,
happens.
that's true.
I often thought you're really depending on the person who was sitting in the seat before you.
Yeah.
Not to be a messy ass person.
sure.
Right?
For sure.
You could have chocolate stains all over the place and you don't ever know when you put in that little packet. Like I'll often
And you
Oh,
never
I
know
just
if it's
jam
chocolate
all that
until you
crap.
taste
I
it.
put all sorts of stuff in that packet.
Do you
What do you
taste
say?
it?
What do
So
you say?
you never know it's chocolate until you taste it.
Imagine if it's going in your mouth.
Caleb25 writes in, listen to the pod at the laundromat
Oh, nice.
for Puffy for some reason. There was an old man firing up his load. Made me think of Jimmy.
Oh.
We had an episode once where you talked about being at the laundromat and you referred to some guy putting his clothes in as firing up his load. The blank expression when I read that was quite good.
I actually can remember you talking about having to go to the laundromat with.
See, it's memorable.
Brooksy.
This podcast is memorable.
Except for you who
I
remembers
take back what I
nothing.
said before about this being a useless podcast. There's a lot of good stuff on here.
Really good.
Lots of great stuff. Like last week when we talked about Night Agent, Tyler Schreiber writes in, I agree, the Night Agent had horrible acting from the bad guys.
See?
Also, my drama teacher in grade 9 was allegedly a porn star.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was
What's
teaching
his
and
name?
doing the other work. Don't think we had any student affairs. So that's
Can you imagine?
Did they say the name of the porn star?
no. Tyler,
There's only
please write in.
There's only like 7 of them. So
Puffy knows them all.
Puffy
I
will
know their
know.
work.
He'll know if you're bullshitting right off the top.
Puffy knows the 20-year-old porn stars and the 75-year-olds.
Elmo.
Steve McEachran writes in, at least one other of your listeners has a podcast, me. And then he promotes his Bruins Fastcast.
Nice.
So if you're a Bruins fan,
Billy Dodson.
Billy Dobson.
give it a listen. Bruins Fastcast.
Okay.
Give him some good reviews, 5 stars, all
Billy's
that.
listening
Follow,
for sure.
subscribe.
I think the
please.
Snake Bites Pete podcast with me on it is now available.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
It was
Wherever-
funny last week.
wherever
I
you find
actually
your
thought you got
podcast.
bumped.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Did you go over like the CFL draft? Who you like for which teams?
Yeah, I would have done real. You think I'm Dwayne Ford?
Alrighty, let's get to the Gold Bar
League,
League.
yes.
That's my least favorite part of the show.
I love gold, and so do you. Do 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 do, do do do. Join the Gold Bar League, and you can have some too. Do 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 do, do 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 do. It's the Gold Bar League. Come on and join the Gold Bar League.
Did we all submit picks this week?
I submitted first.
We all in this room, yes.
I thought I did well this week. I mean, I feel I am the fastest. If Gold Bar League
I'm
had it,
faster.
I'm faster. I do it in 12
I don't even look
seconds.
at the questions. I just go boom, boom, boom.
And how are you beating me then?
Well, that's the sad part. We'll start with the prophylactic conference. Some guy from Coburg, as we mentioned him earlier, won week 5, so gets himself 7 gold bars.
Nice.
Han Solo finished second. Then a tie for third between Joey Dearborn, Primlar, Holstein, Nellie Nellerson, and Rick's picks, who is Ricky Schmitz.
Nice.
Congrats to her as well.
But how do we know that she's not colluding with Snakebite's
Yeah,
Pete?
it's true.
Well, because he's not on this list.
What's this? Crickets of Lester's jokes? Come on, man.
That Crickets of Lester's jokes finished tied with Andrew Arsenault, Canada Dingo, Dougie, Trojan Baz, JMP.
Wait a second, Dougie. Is that Bright-Eyed Dougie?
Oh, he's back. How do you don't remember what we talked about, but you always remember Bright-Eyed Dougie?
He hurt me. By the way, Crickets of Lester's jokes, that's me, actually.
Well, Jimmy, you should figure out, because tied with Crickets of Lester's jokes is Brooksy's Other Man. So that's tough one.
Bastard.
Scandalous.
Week
that
5
bastard.
results in the talent division. Bob Weeks wins. I tie Bob
course he
Weeks
does.
as well, so we get 7 bars each.
Easy.
AK and Puffy tie for
Nice.
third. 3
Right there
goals
with AK.
bars.
That's pretty good.
And James gets 1 bar. Cause gets 7 in the first up division. Carlo finished second with Lester tied with him. And then Bump did not submit anything.
Oh my God, Bomb.
So now,
What a joke.
Hold on.
No wonder he's not on this podcast anymore.
what's going on? Breaking news from Lester.
No, I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Oh, you said hold on.
No. You said hold on. I said so now. I'm like, yeah.
Gotcha.
I was trying to
So to
create some space for you.
To update the overall standings here, Smith 32 leads the prophylactic nation. Shower Thoughts still in second. Take Lester and Stoff Golfing third. Huller Time, some guy from Coburg tied for fourth. In 6th, Han Solo and Andrew Arsenault. In 8th, Marcus McCarthy and Joey Dearborn. And Dougie, possibly Bright-Eyed Dougie, in 10th with 10 gold bars. A couple people got 9, couple people got 8. 7 were tied at 7 gold bars, so still time to qualify for the Platinum League.
Nice.
Make sure you submit your picks, and hopefully you'll
We
get there.
be getting close to the Platinum League.
We're getting there. A couple of weeks away. Bob Weeks in first in the talent division. I'm second. Duthie is shrinking, which is AK's submission, in third. Then Puffy in 4th with 20, and James in 5th with 15. So that's the big race at the bottom there.
So if James
trying to
doesn't,
escape relegation,
James is going to get relegated.
possibly. I mean, he had 5 gold bars. He could do it. I believe. We still have a major going on too. So
Thinking of Bright-Eyed Dougie, I think we used to read our reviews on here, right? That's where we came up
Yes,
with Bright-Eyed
yes.
Dougie, who slandered us, right?
Yeah.
Said he said I'd written to me and I'd ignored him or something
He
like
said
that.
he idolized you since being a child, and then he won something on the podcast, but you never sent it to him. So now he
Thanks,
listens to
Stan.
Steve Dangle.
Anyway, so I looked up.
Pretty much what it said.
I haven't looked. Oh my goodness. These are reviews. The most recent review seems to be June 16th, 2022.
Nice.
This is not your TV, James Duthie. Jimmy, Lester, Stoff, and Puffy have a lot of topics every episode. If you don't understand what's going on, that's okay. Neither does Jimmy.
Wow.
I mean, that could be the description. Never mind a review.
Never mind. I think my mom sent that in.
Yeah. She was bitter about how you wouldn't let Lester tell us how his week went. Well, maybe if people could just go while they're subscribing to the Bruins podcast and to Snake Bites Pete's podcast, they could also give us a couple positive reviews.
Yes, absolutely.
Get us back up to our 5-star rating. First up division, Cause with 42 bars, Carlo with 41, Bump with 29. He didn't submit any, so Lester's catching up with 21.
Go Lester.
Yes.
Let's see it.
Did I have a good
Some
week? I don't even
stretch.
know if I had a good week. I guess I had an okay week. I don't even know.
You had, let me tell you here. Lester, you finished in third in the third up division. So, tied for second. So you got 5 gold bars.
Okay. I'll take it.
Not bad at all.
Okay, so how long are we pushing this where you're from thing? We're going to more...
We got to keep going. I mean, we have not gone through most of Ontario yet.
Right. I mean, it is becoming the entire podcast.
Yeah, but it's a
But
great,
that's okay.
great segment.
I like it. I mean, between that and us giving money away, there's barely
That's it.
room for anything else.
Yeah.
How much are you going to give away next week, Puff?
Depends if the Leafs win.
Wow.
It'll be thousands, maybe millions.
If the Leafs beat the Bruins, If they beat Tampa first,
Yes.
maybe by the time people are listening, they will have already beaten Tampa,
Yes.
or they will have collapsed and you'll be in a bad place.
Again.
Would you pledge
$50
$100? Would you
richer.
pledge $100 if they beat the Bruins to a gift on the podcast?
I'm gonna have to start hedging against my.
I could totally see that. I could already see that.
No, we won't make you commit to that right now, Puffy. That's
right.
We can't have you lose too much money. So that's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this week's edition of the Rubber Boots Podcast. Thank you, Lester, for participating.
Yep.
And Puffy for being on time.
Yeah, thanks.
And Stoff for your wonderful job producing.
Yep.
And for
That's
all our
very nice.
fans, like we said, we appreciate you from being with us from day one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do
Oh, you're gonna do
it means a lot to all of us that you are here. Oh, we love you. See you next week.
Hey, how are ya? I got a question that I really wanna ask ya. Wait, don't hang up. I need to know, so I'm gonna try and push my luck. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? I know it's a little strange, my obsession with your choice of footwear in the rain. I know that you're on TV, but I need you to put your boots up on the desk for me. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like the dunk tank at the fair? This is the part they call the bridge. A bridge has water under it. With rubber boots you can wade in the water. Just don't fall in. Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? Are they purple, yellow, green, blue, black, or white? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? And do you like a dunk tank at the fair?
Do you like the dunk tank?
At the fair?
The dunk tank, the dunk tank.
At the fair? Are you wearing your rubber boots tonight? No, seriously. Are you wearing your rubber boots? Don't hang up. Please. Somebody. Hey? Hey? Anyone?